Today's episode, we're testing the Maradyne 14-inch Champion Series CFM, amp draw, noise, all the things you need to know before you buy a fan. Let's go. Welcome back to FastMonty's Garage. As I said, we're testing the Maradyne 14-inch Champion Series today, and I'm excited because this is one of the rare opportunities where a manufacturer actually reached out to me and said, "Hey Mike, you want to test our fan?" Hell yeah, I do. Let's go. So today we're going to do my way of testing CFM, because every manufacturer seems to have their own way of testing CFM, and some frankly overspec their fans. And we're going to get into that today. So we're going to test this two ways for CFM. One, free flowing, which means unloaded. And then I'm going to put it on a radiator and a shroud to mimic loaded, which is everyone's concern because everyone has this mounted to a radiator or a condenser in front of the radiator. All those variables add up. So the more CFM you can get when it's loaded, the better off you are. If you're brand new, welcome. I got into this fan testing ordeal because when I restored the 69 GTO, I heavily upgraded the motor. So it used to be a Pontiac 400, it's now a Pontiac 470, so it's bored and stroked with aluminum heads, roller cam, port injection, fuel injection, and it puts out twice the power as a stock engine. And whenever you increase the power output of a gasoline engine, I don't care what vehicle it is, you're creating more heat. It's just physics. And when you start creating more heat, you have to get more creative and more efficient about pulling that heat out of the coolant. And that's where I got into cold case radiators, because they have super wide tubes in the radiator. If you need a radiator, go hit them up. Use my discount code FastMonty, get you free shipping. But there are several other manufacturers of radiators on the market that are now doing wide tubes. I heavily endorse that technology. So wide tubes is what you really need nowadays. Second to that, if you want your car to run more like a modern car and where you don't overheat sitting at a traffic light, which is notorious for Pontiacs, share your story if you want, but I wanted to get there, so that's why I have electric fans. Now, I found out the hard way, like I said, my original fans are not big enough, so I started going on the hunt of bigger fans, and then quickly realized that not all fan manufacturers spec their fans the same, so I came up with my own test. And now I have a master spreadsheet on my website, FastMontysGarage.com. If you click on fan tests, a spreadsheet will populate, and there are several fans already there. So the beauty of my fan test is this is fan agnostic, guys. I don't have a preference. These Maradyne sent me a fan and we're gonna test it. So we'll see where it ends up on the chart. And today's test will also give you guys an idea of how to do this at home if you want to test your own fan. And now, before we get into it and show off the workbench and all that stuff, hey, consider subscribing. Subscribing's free. If you want to help the channel out, join the Full Monty Club. Buy a hat, buy a shirt, whatever. All proceeds go to help the channel buy more parts, buy more shrouds, do more testing. I typically make the mistakes on any projects I do, and you guys learn faster. That's how this works. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is on the same website, I now have my own custom shrouds, mainly for cold case radiators, but I'm now branching out to other radiators. But this fits 14-inch fans. This one happens to be for a Gen 2 Camaro, but those are on my website too. And now that I think about it, the box says universal fit. I'm wondering if this fan fits my existing shrouds. Let's check that out first. Well, boys and girls, look at that. It is a direct fit to my current shrouds. How bitchin' is that? First things first, let's measure the fan blade diameter. I do this every time, and it is 13 7/8, which is typical for 14-inch fan blade measurements. I do that because some companies measure the outside housing diameter and use that as their spec. Which, whatever you want to do, but I think industry standard is actual fan blade diameter. So this is a 14. So here's my test bench. Before we get into it, I want to give you some observations and some stats we're dealing with here. This is the M142K from Maradyne. It is rated at 2135 CFM. That's a pretty big number for a brushed 14-inch fan. Now, There's some leading indicators. When I pick up this fan, I look at it. One, the wire gauge, 12 gauge wire. That's really good. It's actually fairly heavy for a brush fan, and I wish I would have measured the weight of all the other fans I've tested. It never really dawned on me, but I think that is also a leading indicator for how much copper, how many windings are on the armature on the motor rotor. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to measure the startup amp draw. That's a notorious issue for brushed motors because it has to kick over that armature. It has so much inertia, it drives the amperage through the roof. And that's what you have to be aware of, especially if you have two of them kicking 40 amps per fan when you turn them on, right? It's a shock to the system. Now, something that you need to know is that Maradyne is coming out with a soft start brushed motor, because the only way you get soft start nowadays is typically with a separate controller. I know a couple companies make them, or you get a brushless fan. Brushless is totally different technology. The windings are on the outside of the can. The rotor is, the magnets are spinning in the middle. So it's a lot lower amp draw and it's a lot lower startup RPM. This bad boy is also thicker, I think. We'll measure that at the end and I'll put it on the main chart. But today we are going to be using a 50 amp power supply, and it's set for 13.8 volts, which is my standard. It's really close to what our alternators put out. Alternators typically put out around 14.1. So we're going to use that. I use that on every fan. I have an amp clamp. There's also an amp meter on the power supply where we record that tube, and a decibel meter, which I will put on the cement floor directly below the fan after we put on a radiator. I don't care what it measures right now without a radiator. So our first test is without a radiator, and it's all free flowing, just like a motor manufacturer would do, or fan manufacturer. They would test free flowing. Now, the big difference. Why do people mess up CFM measurements? Because you may have seen online with an anemometer, people measuring the fan blade like this, blah, 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 blah. That's not correct, boys and girls. There's way too much turbulence coming off the fan blades, hitting the ribs of the shroud, and skewing your readings. Now, the ultimate way to do it is utilizing Bernoulli's equation. You measure static and dynamic pressures before, after, and temperature changes if there are any, and usually at a distance where there's no turbulence. It's called a bolometer, and they're expensive, like $2,500 and up. I ain't spending that, and nor are you, so I'm going to show you my way. And my way is just using a cone. There's my cone, and it's basically 15 inches at the bottom and 12 inches at top. This solidifies. All my fans are tested the same way. So I can just do a 12-inch diameter, or 1 foot, because they have to convert to square footage. Pi r squared equals 0.785. So in my anemometer, which is one of those times you can put the square footage in and it calculates CFM for you. Some anemometers on the market don't do that. You have to do it longhand. So I'm going to tape this down and we can jump right into it. You ready for this? Yeah, I am. I love this part. Now I'm going to go ahead and fire up the power supply, and I'm going to watch my amp clamp. It's going to go really quick. There's going to be an amp spike and it's going to settle down. I'll also try and video the amp meter on the power supply. But yeah, it's kind of fun to see that. And then I'll go ahead and measure. Now, using an anemometer, those of you guys in HVAC world, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, the rule of thumb is if your reading varies by more than 25% as you're going around, you're too close. You have to go further upstream. Same rule applies here, but I had to standardize it. That's why I have the cone, and that's why every fan is tested the same way to benchmark across each other. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to meet the spec of the fan manufacturer, but for all the fans I've tested, they're all tested the same. So you guys can judge on your own which one you want to get. So let's get this going. And the way I measure it, by the way, is getting a max setting on the anemometer. Let's go. 52 amps. Nice. 2093. It is not the 2135, but I think that's pretty decent. I'm gonna go ahead and do this several more times, probably 5 to 10 measurements, and average it out. Then we'll get the radiator down here. Got my cold case radiator, and it's 16 fins per inch if you're wondering, but I have a custom shroud made specifically for testing, because again, every test is the same, and it's drawing air, free air underneath the radiator, through the radiator, so that means this is gonna be under load. And that also means the running amperage should be higher because the fan is working to pull air through. Therefore, CFM is going to be lower under load. Now, let's get to it. Same drill. 1471. I am fairly certain that's pretty decent. Again, I need to do several tests and average it out. Be right back with a populated sheet, as well as our decibel reading and our running amp draw. Holy crap, boys and girls. We just set a record for 14-inch brushed fans. 1500 CFM, and I tested it 10 times, averaged it. 1500. That's a good number for under load, for a brush fan. Yeah, awesome. 17 amps running, that's a really good number. The only thing to be concerned about is the 50 amp spike. When during startup, make sure you have a big enough wire harness. I think I'm running 3 30 amp relays in the GTO. I think you can get up to 40 amp. I would recommend that if you can. Make sure you're aware of, oh, for Smart Start, Maradyne has this new feature called Smart Start. It's not on this fan yet. Hopefully they come out with it, because I think that would be really bitchin', because those of you that are looking for that low amp startup of a brushless fan, but not the expense of a brushless fan, this is the fan you want. And that'll solve that problem. Make sure you have enough space. This is 3 3/8 inches from the mounting face to the back of this red cap. So make sure your engine components or your accessories are not going to be in the way. I love that it's a universal fit. That means it fits all the shrouds I've designed on my website that have 14-inch fans. I now have to add this listing to every listing online. That's going to be a fun job for me. Speaking of lists online, the chart is updated. And I went ahead and added another column on the far right for a link to the specs of every manufacturer. So this, I'll put the Maradyne spec up and you can check it out. Noise, by the way, 89 decibels. It's a little on the higher side, but it's okay. I have a loud engine. I want to hear the fans running, and it's pulling 1500 CFM. That is awesome. Man, I love it. Hey, so thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys learned a lot. I didn't know about Maradyne until a couple of you mentioned it, and Maradyne reached out to me at the same time. So thank you guys, including Maradyne. Thank you for donating a fan to test. Maybe you can donate one more for me. Next episode, or a couple episodes from now, I really need to get this LS radiator installed. This is a dual pass radiator versus my crossflow. There's huge rumors online that there's no big deal between the two because your water pumps can't handle it or flow and all that crap. I'm gonna test it because you guys know me. I'm gonna do that and see what happens. I'm looking forward to that. It's just a painful process to do that test and video, but I'll get there, I'll get there. Don't worry about it. Hey, if you guys have any fans you want me to test, drop a comment. This is how we all learn together, and we can go from there. So until next time, you need to subscribe, but build them fast and drive them faster. See ya. Damn, that was good.